Hello Virgo, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. This is someone who comes to your mind first thing. This could have been somebody from the past, could be a relationship, could be a situationship, could be somebody who's current, present. Could also be simply that you have exchanged glances with this individual and you feel that there's a whole lot of energy, but no one's really speaking up. Okay. So for those of you who are new, my method of reading is slightly different. I do channel through my higher intuitive self, I always have. I don't channel through spirit guides. At the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, as well as Uriel, our newest edition. And that is to provide you with some guidance regarding the situation. Whew, and a whole lot is needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that are just a bit dark. So here, because of the intensity of these cards, for sure, some of you may actually feel that this reading is yours, Virgo. It's not necessary that this reading is specifically going to be resonating with your person of interest, cross-watcher. So, we have here growth followed by illness, wellness, cycles, grief, creativity, surrender, fear, beliefs, and then under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, which is a great card to have, death and rebirth. Good, that's the intention here. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Virgo, everything that has happened in this connection, I feel we could have slowed down at some point in time, but we didn't. I personally feel that things went by too fast, too suddenly. This desire I have now is to slowly grow, to be someone who knows you more, to love you more. I want to know what it was like when you were young, certain things that may have happened, and what you are going to be like in the coming future. What are your hopes, your dreams, your desires, your fantasies? Certain things that have been on your mind, certain things that you think of. I would like to know. I do feel that in this connection there is a sense of me being pulled down by burdens, responsibilities, restrictions, constraints, trauma and emotional problems that I have gone through myself, which restrict me from being with you the way that you would like me to. Not all of these things do I talk about. I feel despair, depression, and sometimes I even feel devastated over what has happened. These are some of the reasons why I can't be with you the way that you want me to, because these things weigh me down. They bring me down. I am obsessing over you and over this connection and what has happened between us. Certain things have happened and it just goes on in my mind like a cycle, over and over and over again. Repetitive things, patterns that go on in my mind. I do feel in this connection there's a sense of grief. This grief that I feel sad. There's this lack of understanding. Everything that I have gone through, everything that I feel sadness. I feel guilt, or remorse, or regret over the loss of you now. For what reason? Because of my beliefs. Our opinions, our differences just tore us apart. Do I see it that way now? Yes, I do. I did not see it that way before. I do feel that in this connection, you used to be the brightest star in my sky, the one that would make me feel alive and happy. But things have changed. I want to create something in this connection. I want to be that person who can create something with you, something that'll be long-lasting for the world to see. A web of love I'd love to weave and make you the center of my world, capture you, never letting you go. What I do feel is a sense of surrender. I have surrendered to you and everything that has happened. It feels as though I belong to you and you belong to me. It's difficult for me to be someone I'm not. There's certain things about you now that I just realize. I will follow your lead. I will follow who you are, because I have surrendered to you and your ways. But I am afraid. Everything that has happened, it makes me extremely nervous. There's anxiety, frustration, sometimes even panic attacks over what has happened, who I am, what I've done, what is still happening. I feel that in this connection, there is this understanding that exists. It is that a long time ago I was confident, but then things changed. Now I am no longer confident. I don't know what happened, but I've lost my sense of confidence, my abilities, the self-esteem that I had. That sense of security and insecurity now is settled in. What has happened between us, to some degree, I feel that I'm unworthy of you. Because I feel worthless. Why do I feel like this? Because the situation that I have with you, these belief-related issues, I truly do feel that you and I, we have so many differences. We don't see eye to eye. We see things differently. Our mindsets are different. Because of this, I realize now that you were born and brought up in a very different way, and so was I. It is difficult for us to be on the same page. We do not see eye to eye. One of the biggest reasons why you and I just have this complicated relationship is because of our differences, because of our beliefs, and how strong we hold onto these beliefs. The overall feeling that I have is to have a second chance in this connection. Everything that has happened, I want to put to sleep. All the rough times, the rocky road that existed once. But now, going forward, I do want that in this connection, things become more smooth. Smooth sailing. I want things to be planned. No longer are things going to be the same. Because things are different now. They no longer can be the same as they once were. All right. Virgo. So, your person of interest does seem to be in a state of what we would call depression. Now, I know many of you may say there's different levels of depression, and of course there are. I understand that too. Of course, I'm not somebody who is at all medical. I'm not even that good at science. But this is a metaphysical kind of approach that we have here, the pseudoscience. I do see a lot of sadness here and grief. A lot of sadness. This is a lot of mental anguish, by the way. Because of that, it's creating anxiety. There may be problems here because of this card. This is a huge card. Some of you might be in a third-party relationship where someone's having an affair. And it's against the beliefs of everyone nearby. Some of you may be in a relationship with someone who you're not supposed to be in a relationship with. This means maybe it's a coworker. You're not allowed to date your coworker. Maybe it's a company that's a rival company. You're not allowed. It's a clause in the contract. Or we have something like the both of you are from different backgrounds, religions, different cultures. Here, there's differences. The really strong thing about this card is the degree of belief that one has. Some people can change easily, depending on their situation, depending on their circumstance. It's not that they don't have much of a belief system. It's that they're really open to other opportunities. But sometimes it's not even genuine. That's another issue. They can pretend that they're open to other opportunities, but it's not a genuine surrender. Sometimes just in order to make a relationship work, you can artificially surrender for a little bit, just to make your person happy, and then go back to who you are. Makes the other person happy. You make them happy, they make you happy. Right? But there's no solid kind of situation where you literally just turn an on-off switch and you change someone's beliefs. This could be somebody who comes from a family or a friend society where things are very traditional. Certain things have to be done in a certain way. So that causes problems because it's what you think versus what you want, and it's just not working. It's difficult. It's a complicated situation. All right, let's have a look here. I have here the Lover's Path Tarot. So here I look into any particular reason why the situation may not have worked out in the first place. So what happened that made this connection go downhill? That's a very meaningful card, Two of Cups here. These cards, by the way, I read in the reverse. So this is for those of you who may have felt that this person ghosted you. They just stopped contacting. Of course, that is ghosting. Or their connection with you just simply decreased. And you just wonder, you know, like, where did that spark go? What happened? That pattern that you had, it just kind of faded. So this will provide you with a little bit more clarity. Here we have the Princess of Arrows and the Two of Cups. Remember, I do read these in the reverse. Right. So this talks about how in this connection back then, there was a lack of messages, a lack of education, and not really being able to articulate oneself. There was news that was needed to bring sense to a situation. And there was the inability to create influence, to finally bring understanding to a situation by using the power of words. Simply, it just did not happen. They were waiting for news, but they were not able to understand as much as one would like to. There are two problems here, a sense of ignorance and confusion. So that's an issue here. Ignorance and confusion. So, was this message supposed to come from you? Or was it supposed to come from somewhere external that would have helped them move forward with you? As an example, maybe this person wanted to get a home, just an example, and they're waiting for this promotion. Once they get the promotion, they get the home, they can propose to you. Or let's just say that that's the kind of scenario. But you see how they're waiting on something else to happen in order for them to move forward with you. So this is something that happened here where they were waiting for some type of a message or some type of an action to occur. They were depending on that, and if it worked, it worked. If it didn't, then there was an issue between the both of you because now there's distance. Because there was a lack of messages. There was that sense of ignorance, that sense of confusion. What is confusion? Right? Not having really any direction. Person doesn't know what to do now. So it could simply be, if it's not money-wise, could simply be information. It is an arrow, brilliance, mind, wisdom. They could have been wanting to receive a message or some type of information from somebody that would have helped them move forward. That didn't happen. This is a princess. It is somebody who's not obviously king, a queen, or a king. So that does mean this is somebody who is a bit younger or either immature or just simply inexperienced. We also have here the Two of Cups. This is a huge card. Remember, I'm reading the reverse. It talks about a lack of harmony, a lack of friendship, partnership, and a lack of love. A long time ago, there would have been enchantment. There was a feeling of having and wanting to integrate the masculine and the feminine aspects within oneself. This used to be an attraction that may have, and that could have become, a more important relationship or a friendship or a love relationship itself. But this is something that happened and would cause the problem in this particular connection when this person started to keep their distance from you. There was a sense of infatuation. There was overindulging in sensuality for the sake of the emotional high. So a part of them wanted to get information, but there was ignorance and there was confusion. And yet, they still continued being with you because of infatuation. This is not going to resonate for everybody. Majority of you probably, yeah. 6, 7, I'm seeing 67. Maybe 67% of you. 6, 7 might mean something to you too. So here we have a lot of lust, infatuation. And infatuation does not last forever. All right, we have here the Beginner's Tarot. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. 6 of Wands. These are any actions, any plans, any intentions that this person may have towards you in the coming days. Could be days, months. Wow. These two definitely go hand in hand. Death and the Hermit. Oh my goodness. Love the way that just fell right out. All right. Very interesting, Virgo. You have, I don't think I have ever had this combination. This is a very strange combination. I don't think I've ever had Death and the Hermit card be so close together. So, we have here the 6 of Wands. This talks about somebody who you had a passionate connection with. They had left your side. They'd gone. They were gone away. They ghosted you, or they just discontinued the connection, or just maybe reduced the amount of communication that they had with you. That particular person that comes to your mind, who did that, is the same person who's coming back into your life. Yes. They're coming back. The person that had left is coming back into your life victorious. They want to win your heart. Now we have 2 cards here. I mean, I love the combo. Death and the Hermit. They're coming back into your life. They want to come back. But the first thing they need to do, remember, death and rebirth, right? The first thing they want to do is have and put to death, metaphorically speaking, all of the things that have happened before. I just don't want to deal with them anymore. Bury it. It's done and over with. Buried your hatchet, right? That's it. Let's not discuss this anymore. Let's move forward with something brand new. But you see, Virgo, before they even do that, trying to have the rebirth would literally be around here. But before they do that, they actually are still in the Hermit mode, which is excellent. This means, okay, let me go to sleep. I'm sick and tired of life right now. I just want to recuperate, regenerate, and have a look who I am. What do I do? Why do I do the things that I do? Why did I do this to Virgo? They're contemplating. They've forced themselves into isolation. They have detached themselves from everyday world problems in order to see from a different perspective. It's a beautiful progression. I've never seen this. I'm so happy to see this because it's just so good. They've moved on from the death. And the next step is this ambition that they have to become the Hermit. Does this mean in Hermit mode they will contact you? Most likely not. They don't do that. That's why they're a Hermit. But why is the Hermit mode so important? It's because they're trying to reevaluate who they are. Who am I? Why do I do the things that I do? Why did I treat Virgo like this? How can I fix this? What do I do? These are the kind of questions that this individual asks themselves. Here we also have the 9 of Cups. Beautiful card. This talks about how this person feels that their wishes can and they should come true. There is a feeling and desire that this individual knows what they want. They want you. And they just want their dreams to come true. It is very beautiful. It talks about a pure intention of wanting to be with you. Here we do have the action card. Now there is going to be some action, but there's going to be some delay afterwards. So understand that this person may approach you and you may think that they're ghosting you again, but they've made their intention clear. Then they're going on this, like this, I don't want to use the word hiatus. I'm getting the word, but they're just kind of keeping silent for a while. And then their intention is still to be with you. So here and here, their intention is to be with you. Here and here, it's just a process of how can I make myself a better person? Right here, we have another card very similar to the energy of the Hermit, the 4 of Swords. In the back there, we have the 3 of Swords, where this person has gone through heartache. They actually feel that. Remember, they had the grief card, right? They feel that heartache. They don't like the situation. the way it was, the way it is. You did have grief, didn't you? I just had grief. You had fear. You had this. Yeah. You had grief. Yeah, you had grief. Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking the cards because when I say it, sometimes I do these readings back to back. I'm sorry I just got off topic, but I need to see because I referenced it. It is probably here somewhere. Well, anywho, I think my deck is just too big. Sorry, guys. I just wanted to check if I did, and I think I did. It's just probably stuck here somewhere. But anywho, the thing is that this person has a lot of grief. Even if it didn't pop up, I don't know if it did or if it didn't. But even if it didn't, you still have a situation here where there is heartache in the back there. This person has been through heartache and pain. They feel regret. And therefore, your person of interest, Virgo, literally might not be talking to you or to anybody. Why? Because they're trying to keep. Oh, there you are. Because they're trying to keep. It's like literally the first card, for God's sakes. It's always a first card, isn't it? And you're looking in the last end of the deck. Anyway, these two cards go hand in hand. There's grief here, there's grief here. And what did this person do? They're trying to heal from what has happened. They're trying to think things through. But now, isn't that exactly what the Hermit is doing? Yes. There's certain things here where this person is healing because they feel that there's been heartache and pain. That is what you had before, too. There is heartache and pain, legit. This person does feel very sad, very upset about what has happened. And so therefore, this is why they want to come back. But before they come back, Virgo, remember there is going to be a gap, okay? There's going to be no communication. Don't be surprised if there's none, because this person needs me time. Death, me time. Hermit, me time. Four Swords. What? Me time. So there's a whole lot of me time that's needed here. And eventually things will work out, I see, because this person has so much intention towards you on a very loving level. Here's we have passion, and then we have emotion, right? That's really good. I know some people lose their patience. They're like, oh my God, just get back to the reading. Okay, so sometimes I really want to find out what was there before, because I don't want to make a mistake if I said that I saw a particular card at a particular location, because sometimes I do these readings back to back and I actually might remember the cards from the other reading. That's why. So I'm only human, even though part of me is a bit holy-like, but still my brain is human. Here we have within the next few weeks or months. The weeks could always be months. Wow, you have a spiritual connection with this particular individual. What does that mean? You guys are either soulmates, twin flames, or karmic partners. Just give me one sec. All right. Yikes. Okay, I need to... that doesn't really make sense to me either. Okay, let's have a look again. Ah, wow. Okay. So, some of you might literally be in a situation where you trust some people. They're saying here, there's not everybody that you can trust. You got to be careful who you're going to trust going forward. These messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. Okay, and Uriel. Okay, we got a solid no, guys. No. And if you may notice, check out how eerie this is. No is right next to helpful people. No, with an exclamation mark, is right under helpful people. these two are targeting unhelpful people. There are people in your life that are terrible people. Oh my goodness. Wow. Angels see everything. They see everything. They obviously have limitations. God is unlimited, but angels do see everything. They see the people around you, and they see the advice they're giving you. They see the vibes they're sending you. It's not good. All right. It's difficult because you may believe certain people, you may have confided in certain people, maybe for years, and you still don't know that they're going behind your back doing bad things. It's difficult. All right. Here we have, within the next few weeks or months, you will realize that this is a spiritually based romantic connection where you could be twin flames, soulmates, or karmic partners, even more. No, there are not helpful people in your life. The people that you think are helpful people are not helpful people. Guys, do take this seriously because you got two no's here that intersect with the helpful people card. Okay? What they do want you to do is ask your angels. So, no helpful people at this point in your life currently, if you are resonating with this reading. I don't want you to make enemies out of a really good friend, of course. But this particular reading, if it does resonate with you, feel your intuition, know what you're thinking, know about this person, who is this person that you may be confiding in, and they may be doing things behind your back, right? Talking, spreading rumors, or even doing witchcraft, right? There's people that do that. They're jealous all the time. You got to be very careful what's going on here. What they're suggesting, instead of dealing with these particular people, you can simply just ask your angels. That's what they're saying here. So the way I talk to the angels, there's a whole process. And my process, some of you may want to do that. I pray to the Christ consciousness. That's who I deal with all the time. The Christ consciousness, through Christ, I go to his Father, who we call the Father. It prefers being referred to as the Father. It is a feminine and masculine energy, but it prefers being in the alpha state. So that's why we call him the Father. With the Father, you simply just pray in your thoughts. You let him know what is the issue. You ask him for permission. Please send down these angels, Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel is the fourth one that's wanted to join in for a few weeks now. Ask for these 4 angels. Within a split second, you will be in their energy. They will be connected to you. Then talk to them. Give them permission. Tell them what your issue is. Tell them you need some type of guidance or answer. You might not get it immediately, guys, but you will eventually get it. And you get it in the weirdest of ways. I mean, some of you know this. It's signs and synchronicities, messages from people, reading a billboard, a certain sentence that just might only resonate with you, certain lyrics that you might hear while you're listening to the radio, strange things that may happen, right? And you realize that this message is specifically meant for me. You know it, you feel it, you sense it. Only you can feel this. Only you know this, because it's between you and God and the celestial beings. That's it. Nobody else is going to know this. So just understand that does happen. Rarely will you hear a voice. I do hear voices sometimes. And if you do, you would most likely be able to tell if this is a good voice or a negative voice. Hopefully it's a positive voice. I do have, and I'm going to talk about this regarding the jealousy around people. I do have a package that I'll tell you about later that is important for you to get rid of these negative energies that probably are around you now because of these people. Here we have in the near future. So you do have within the next few weeks or months, and you have also in the near future. It will be perfect timing. The timing will be perfect for what? For this to move forward in terms of a romantic, spiritual connection. Please remember, as much as it hurts, not all spiritual connections are meant to be together forever and ever, guys. You might just meet somebody so that they can be your confidant, so that they can be a stepping stone, so that they can bridge that gap between that lifeless energy that you had, the passion that you feel with this person, the intense chemistry. It might just be that spark that you needed to give you that lift into your life. It's the weirdest thing. And we wonder, why did this person come into my life? Because I'm totally crazy for them. I know that. But not all of our circumstances in our lives will change. The person may come, they may not be so committed. Yet there is this absolute strong bond between the both of you. Unbreakable. So remember that there is something that's going to happen. But I tell you that there's no guarantees ever that any spiritual connection, because we have many, unlimited spiritual connections. And it's not necessary that we get to be with everybody. It doesn't work like that. We also have here, meditation brings answers. Now there's two things here, right? Ask your angels. So we have ask, and then we have answers. So yes, meditation here, of course, talks about meditating on the divine. And then when you do say the divine, remember it's the pure white, holy light. Always remember to say holy, because there's a lot of lights out there in the universe that are not holy. We have here, meditation brings answers. So do meditate. Many of you know I've talked about 21 minutes being sufficient, because my angel guide Fakil has told me that that is more than enough if you don't have time, for example. 2-3 minutes maximum. You can, or rather minimum, I would say, not maximum, minimum if you need to do a prayer, okay? 2-3 minutes, because just make it with a lot of intention. The stronger the connection, the stronger the Wi-Fi connection, the stronger the upload and download, right? So here we have a situation where there's going to be answers that will be brought to you. You have to connect with your celestial beings. You have to connect with your spiritual self here. This is what I'm seeing. Many of you may have a very busy lifestyle, and maybe you don't really take the time out to talk to yourself. When you talk to yourself, you talk to God. Why? We are pieces of God, like a string. God is this big white ball of light, and there's little strings. Tiny little ball of light right here. That's you. And there's this invisible cord that connects you. And when you think and when you talk, the source hears everything. Every single thing. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Everything. So when you're by yourself, God listens. Don't think that you're alone, because you are actually spiritually connected to this being. All of us are. All of us are connected. Like a big star. There's rays that comes out of it. That's how we're all connected. And sometimes we can connect into each other through the source, which is the weirdest thing, but that's a different story. Guys, unfortunately, you have met some people in your life who you may have trusted, and it turns out that they do not have the best of intentions for you. This is why the angels are saying, listen to your intuition, listen to us, listen to who we call the source. You will be getting those messages intuitively, but in the meantime, try to see who is, this person. Don't dwell on it, but just understand that maybe you have been talking to some people that might have been spreading rumors or might have been creating problems for you without even knowing. It's happened to me my whole life. Telling people certain plans, and then all of a sudden it's sabotaged. I wanted to tell you guys about the Holy Light package. Some of you know this already. The Holy Light package will at the very least be able to get rid of negative energies from your home, around your aura, and inside of your body, which are your chakra centers. Your chakra centers are related to your bodily functions. The thing is, once you get rid of these negative energies, you will have a better positive energy around you. Now the thing is, how do you get these negative energies? Well, with these people or with this person that you're dealing with, they do not have good intentions, and they are deliberately sending you bad vibes. I'm seeing the word witchcraft. For some of you, they literally could be doing witchcraft. For others of you, it's just simply the feeling and energy of jealousy, and that also brings about a lot of problems within this connection, because it creates a lot of negativity around you. Unnecessary energy that is not needed, which is all negative. This particular package that I have, it does get rid of that. In addition to that, what makes it also very strong is the Water Wellness package, just slightly smaller, but I would recommend both of them are very strong. All right, Virgo. that's your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situation. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. I also wanted to just make a quick announcement. Yes, finally, my other video that I was working on for the other channel, Asnointia Audio, all about negative energies, as much as I could talk about, for now at least. That will be uploaded now very soon, probably by the time you see this video. So do have a look on the other channel as well. It is called, I don't even have a title for it now, but it is about negative energies. You'll see it. It's probably going to be on your feed if you have subscribed. Do like, share, and subscribe to that channel as well. I'm trying to grow it. I'm trying to create some content there that's really helpful. For those of you who are new, it's Asnointia Audio. It is on YouTube. And I do have relationship videos there related to relationships and issues that we have, as well as spiritual connections. What type of spiritual connections do we have and what it's all about? All right. I'll see you guys again. Take care. Stay safe. Bye now.